You are tuned into 93.6 FM, and you are tuned into Macbeth on Whiskey here on 93, your favorite music station. And with me, Hector Macbeth in the studio. The right, correct way to drink whiskey.
So the very simple and easy answer to that is who's paying, okay, and he makes the rules. And that's really how I think life should be done. If you want to get the best out of it, there is an actual process. And the most important thing you have to understand about yourself, your mouth can only taste 5 things. You can taste sweet, salt, bitter, and umami. That's it. You can't taste anything. I suppose you can do spice, so we can give that a 6 taste profile. So your nose is your most important sort of tool in really appreciating any, not just whiskey, any alcohol for that matter. So the problem with whiskey is, though, at 43% minimum ABV, going up to 60-70%, if you dig your nose into the glass and give it a good sniff, you'll actually anesthetize yourself, so it doesn't help. So the important thing is you put your nose in the glass, you draw air in through your mouth, and then you get this flavor that resonates to the back of your palate. Then the important thing is time in palate. You know, people think the only place you have taste buds is in your mouth. So now the aroma is there, so you know what to anticipate. Put the whiskey on your mouth, you hold it on top of your tongue for at least 10 seconds, below your tongue for 10 seconds, and then back to the top again. Then you'll see this beautiful change where you get this unctuous luxury sort of feel. At that stage you can sort of swallow the whiskey and then take a deep breath, and then you get a full resonance of what's sort of happened over there. Most people sort of sip past, they bypass the nose, so they don't get the aroma. Then they swallow the whiskey before they've actually tasted the whiskey. So all they get is the 43% alcohol burn, and that's why they don't understand whiskey. But it's like anything in life. If you really take your time and investigate it properly and actually let it interact with you, that you get to know it better and appreciate it more. It's the same if I just wave past someone on the other side of the room every day. I'll never know anything about him. I'm going to stop to him. I'm going to talk to him. So whiskey's like that. It's a conversation. You know, it's about an interaction, getting the full aroma of it, getting the full palate of it, then swallowing it, and then taking a deep breath, you know, and really thinking about what you've tasted, and then also sharing with somebody, because they get different flavors to you, but really sharing and telling them what you get, what I get. That way it becomes a conversation, and we increase our vocabulary, as it were. And that's why whiskey is such a fantastic, convivial thing. It puts us together in a room, you know. In the old days, life was hard. Most people died by the age of 40. So they would get together to have a whiskey and a cigar and talk about life, because it's a very short thing. I think we've become a little bit sort of lazy because we're living to 90, where we don't really take time to experience those little moments anymore. But whiskey does that, yeah.
The whole marketing of the guy sitting there out looking over the sunrise or sunset, well, sunset, I should say, you know, hopefully.
Sunrise might be it, but why not?
Sitting kind of like looking out and enjoying his glass of whiskey. That's what the essence is all about.
Absolutely, but for me, the essence is the sharing part. I mean, Guy and I made a point of saying 2 max and a dram, because there's got to be 2 of you to really appreciate it. Because as much as you can enjoy those solemn moments by yourself, and they are reflective, definitely, I think what really brings something into its own is when you get another person's perspective and you sort of discuss it, you know. And people don't take enough time to discuss things anymore. They really should, you know, slow down, discuss things. What are you getting? Why do you think you're getting it, you know? Has it improved? Has it got worse? Add water, don't add water. Every whiskey is different and unique, and if you treat it that way, you'll see it's a journey that's really worth exploring.
And the explosion that happened now with the youngsters coming into the market, explain that to us.
Look, I think it was a combination of obviously getting a new government which wasn't as restrictive. So that allowed more people like myself to actually be able to import whiskey, whereas previously, you know, it was quite hard. There are still quite restrictive measures in place, but that sort of lessened down. So it gave us more opportunity, and then also this emerging middle class have suddenly got money to spend as well. So it was just a combination of all of those things. You know, currently it's gin. Gin is the flavor of the month, you know, which is just saying, again, globally phenomenal growth all over the world. But that's, again, people being able to relate with it, but it doesn't really have the heritage and history of whiskey. In fact, if you go study it, you know, the thing was called Mother's Ruin for a reason. You know? So yeah, it's a complete different sort of perspective of drinking, you know.
Well, that was then Macbeth on Whiskey for this week on 93.6 FM, but we've got a promotion coming up. Hector, tell us about it.
Yes, so we're inviting all the Helderberg listeners to sort of join us on this journey. So we'll give away every week 5 taster packs ahead of time. So you go onto the Helderberg FM Facebook page, you enter the competition, and you stand a chance to win one of those tasting packs, so that when the video goes live of the wine or the whiskey that we're featuring that week, you actually have it in front of you. So you're not just a voyeur watching us. You can actually participate and then send us some questions and what you maybe want to feature in future weeks. So that's really how we'd like to work it. So invite everybody to take part. And those that don't win can obviously always buy that, which again, just follow the link on the website and join us for a wonderful journey.
Exciting times. And it's all happening for you here on 93.6 FM. That then for this week, Macbeth on Whiskey.